You may not be with me anymore, but my love for you will never die. I miss you, Dad. Hello everyone, I'm Fauzia Aziza Zain, an English literature student from the University of Bangka, Belitung. Sadness, grief, and anger are natural response to loss. It's okay to feel all of those feelings. Why? Because you and I are human. When we are losing someone that we love, it is actually the hardest thing in the world to deal with. At least for me. On the day that my father left, I never knew that I can feel this kind of pain before. It is a kind of pain that you physically feel all over your body, like you trapped with sadness, emptiness. Also, it seems like no one else seems understand how I'm feeling. I'm experiencing all kinds of difficult and unexpected emotions, from shock, my brain cannot think, and anger to myself and even God, thinking how could you take him away from me? To disbelief, nah, that's not real. My father just played pranked. I know he will come back. To guilt and sadness. I know. I know it is hard, but then I realize that I have to keep going. My father or your loved one would not want to see us just stuck in time. So my friends actually, whatever your loss, a person, father like me, or mother, animals, or your relationship, remember it is personal to you. So you don't need to feel ashamed about how you feel. Your grief belongs to you. Don't let anyone tell you when it's time to get rid of your loved one things, or when it's time to stop crying. Because I had read something, and actually I believe it. The fact that about that every time you cry for your loved one, it is actually a way of honoring who they are in your life and what you have lost. It lets the world know that someone that really precious has left us, and that they are still matter and you still remembering about them. The reality is that you will grieve forever, but slowly but surely. Slowly and surely, you will learn to live with it. You will heal, you will never be the same, but we will be fine.
Hello everyone, so my name is Huzairon and I'm from English Literature Department in University of Bangka, Belitung. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share my story about school bullies in this World Speech Day. So, ladies and gentlemen, back in 2014, I was in junior high school. I was bullied by a boy in 7th grade who would make fun of my physical appearance at any chance he got. Believe it or not, I became a quiet child, shy, geeky, did not dare to greet new friends because there was a fear that later they would taunt me physically again. In 1st grade, ladies and gentlemen, I had 3 friends. Or rather, there were always 4 of us. But what distinguished me from the other 3 that they are easier to blend in with the others. But the question is, am I being bullied again? But yes, of course, because at the time, again and again, I was the target of my friends, myself, at the time, who were always used me as a material for painful physical jokes. Fortunately, high school friends are increasingly diverse because the students come from junior high schools throughout the district. Luckily, I can find more supportive friends and stay away from toxic friends like that. Ladies and gentlemen, all friends like to joke with each other. but sometimes it's hard to tell if someone is just having a fun or trying to hurt you, especially when on the on our school. Sometimes they will laugh at him at us by saying just kidding or don't take it seriously. But if you're feeling hurt or think they are laughing at you instead of laughing with you, then the joke may have gone too far. If it continues even after you have asked the person to stop and you are still upset about it, then this could be bullying, ladies and gentlemen. One of the reasons someone bully is that they are having a personal problems. These bullies have personal problems and can't solve them properly, so they feel helpless. This has eventually become the trigger that made him do bullying at the time. His goal was to display that he had power so that his sense of powerlessness could be masked. They are more likely to suffer from a mental health problem compared to non-bullies. Most school bullies have a problem with their families. It could be disharmony at home, making the children itself less attention and affection from parents. Lack of communication between parents and children will weaken out parental control over the behavior of their children. Many of the non-victimist bullies are thought of as a B strategy controllers using both pro-social action, for example, like likability and popularity, and negative actions such as intimidating or coercing others to engage in this hurtful behavior towards others. Ladies and gentlemen, in modern days, people usually think of bullying as taking place between children at school. It can exist as cyberbullying. So what is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is a repetitive behavior intended to frighten, anger, or even embarrass those who are targeted. In a person's or face-to-face bullying and cyberbullying can often occur together. But what a difference from the normal bullying. Cyberbullying leaves a digital footprint, a record or that can be useful and provide evidence when helping to stop this misbehavior. Cyberbullying can be tracked with their digital footprints. And when the bullying occurs online, it can attract unwanted attention from a variety of people, including strangers you don't know. Like wherever that happens, if you're not comfortable with it, you need to come up with a defense, ladies and gentlemen. So, what you want, if you're not happy and it's still not stopping, then it's a good idea to seek help. Stopping cyberbullying or bullying normal bullying itself isn't just about revealing who the bullies are. It's also about emphasizing that everyone deserves respect, both online and in real life. Thank you, everyone.
I know how difficult it is to be productive in the midst of a pandemic and require us to spend more time almost every day at home. The most important thing is that we must always and remain productive at work during the pandemic because it can help us to make the best use of our time by doing activities and producing works, whether for a career or whatever we want. Wasting time just being lazy at home during a pandemic is a very ineffective and has no benefit. How do we become productive? We have to make a schedule. Making a schedule can adjust to your needs, be it daily or weekly. The purpose of scheduling is so that we know what to do best on existing priorities. So we don't have to waste time thinking about what to do first. After we make the schedule we want, don't forget to train yourself to be disciplined in time. Training yourself to be disciplined in time is very important because it becomes the biggest temptation to work or study from home, which of course provides more flexible working hours. Last but not least is rest. The most important help is to divide the time with rest or self-reflection or meditation. Working or studying at home is certainly boring. Try to overcome boredom by just taking a breath of fresh air to go to the front or backyard of the house. It could also take a moment to listen to music or watch television. I think by doing these three things, we can be productive in the midst of a pandemic and stay at home. Let's be useful for ourselves first, then to others out there. Thank you.
Here, I'm Brett Kevin from English Literature Bangka Belitung University, who will give an informative speech about new harmony, AR technology bring the virtual world to our world for healthy world. We'll talk about technology. There will be a lot of technology in our world, which is growing rapidly. Technology is something that will never stop. It is development every year. There will always be new technology, even it changes with the passage of the time. But with the rapid development of technology, is it possible that humans will be incredibly lazy to move? The answer is definitely yes. Why I'm sure to say that because we can see where technology has made it easier for us to do everything such as work, study, and do activities. Therefore, in your opinion, how do people stay healthy and often do the activities even though technology is growing? The answer is by actualizing the technology, especially by using AR or augmented reality technology. What is augmented reality and what does that have to do with human health? So it's like this. According to the soulmate.co.id about the meaning of augmented reality, he explained that AR is a technology that combines two-dimensional and or three-dimensional virtual object into a real environment, and then these virtual objects in reality in real time. So basically, by using this technology, we can see objects or two-dimensional animation that exist in the virtual world actual appear in our real world. This is an contrast to VR or virtual reality, where we will be brought into the virtual world, and in my opinion, this will be actually make us even more lazy to do activities because we are brought into the virtual world, not the other way around. So by using AR technology, we can do physical activities because augmented reality can be applied to all sense, including hearing, touching, and smelling. Besides being used in fields such as a healthy, nurturing, manufacturing industry, and education. This AR technology can insert certain information into the virtual world and display it in the real world with the help of equipment such as a webcam, computers, Android phones, or special glass. That thing I want to discuss here is where the use of the special glasses in using AR. This may sound absurd, but I got this idea from an animated film called A Sword Art Online. In this film, they use AR glasses in carrying out their activities, such as sending message, searching, checking their health, and health content in the field, exercising, and even playing a game. However, even though that is only based on the films, we can see the use of the AR technology it is now. Like some games like Pokemon Go, where we can see monster appears on our cell phone camera, and also a hologram screen that can display the creation of the something that requires a 3D forms. So the use of AR glasses is very possible, especially for the benefit of the human in the future. So what does that have to do with the health? The relationship with the human health for now can be taken as an example from the game Pokemon Go, where we can only play this game by going to places where there are monsters. Therefore, we can play this game while walking or jogging. This is one real example of the healthy related to AR. Then, with the development of the AR in the future, especially if the use of AR glasses has been developed, there will be many other things that can help us, especially in terms of health when using technology. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for your participation, and thank you.
Hi, I'm a social media user Teresya Katrindya. I am using TikTok, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Line. So this is my own experience as a social media user when I see the content related to sexual harassment. I see this kind of comments. What is this? This is called victim blaming. Unfortunately, this kind of people who is still blaming the victim is still exist in this world, or maybe they are around us. I don't know, maybe for that kind of people, they think that sexual harassment happens because of both the harasser and also the victim's agreement. They may be misinterpreted it. They don't know the damage or the impact that will happen to the victim if they saying or telling this kind of statement. It will make the victim afraid to speak up or telling what have experienced her, and it will end up with their mental health problem, trauma. Victim blaming. They just see their own point of view as a person who never experienced that kind of bad things. They cannot see that sexual harassment is not victim's fault, but the perpetrator. These perpetrators, they have choice whether they do it, the sexual harassment or not, but they chose to do it. I can understand that as human we have sex drive. But however, our clear conscience is number one. And it is not victim's duty or obligation to fix this situation, but us. Marianne Cooper, in her speech, says, tolerance of bad behavior leads to more bad behavior. Please open your mind and stop blaming victim. These are what you should do. If someone tell you that he or she is the victim of sexual harassment, have a conversation with her or him, be supportive and tell them it's not their fault. Make sure to not use the language that cornered them. And if you see someone make a sexual joke or do sexual harassment, speak up. Be an active bystander, because silence means normalize sexual harassment. And last, do not normalize sexual harassment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, friends. My name is Ravi. Today I want to talk about save our planet. We should all strive to save our home, which is the planet. Even planting one tree can save so many lives. It's high time that we take action and save the natural beauty of the planet, which nourishes all living and breathing creatures. When saving trees, they save life and save the planet. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Whoever loves instructions loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is brutish. Proverbs 12, verse 1. Knowledge is greatest treasures given from God that will not be stolen. As the precious gold, knowledge is precious thing that we will bring till the end of life.
In today's turbulent world, we should not forget that life must go on. despite the fact that often disturbs our sense of what lies ahead of us. God is preparing the scenario, and our part is to prepare with faith, knowledge, and experience. I'm Donald Fernando Lubis.
I'm John Prado Federico Lubis.
Wish you all a great World Speech Day 2022.
Hello. Hello everyone, my name is Darmawan. So in this occasion, in this opportunity, I would like to deliver a speech about the harmony, because the topic is about harmony. So I'm glad to speak about the harmony in Hindu's way. So in Hindus, we have the philosophy, the traditional philosophy, how to live in harmony, because there is a term that is called as Trihita Karana. Trihita Karana, it stands for three, means three things, and Hita is prosperity or harmony, and Karana stands for causes. So Trihita Karana is all about the three things that can cause the harmony, the prosperity in our life. So there are three things. The first one is harmony with God. We call this as parahyangan. So we have to maintain our relationship with God by praying, by doing worship every day. So we would be blessed by God, and we also can maintain our relationship by praying, by showing our gratitude. And also the second one is living in harmony with the human. So we have to maintain the good relationship among humans, because as nowadays there's so many wars, like in the Ukraine and Russia, but we have to stop it. We hate wars because we have to live in harmony to maintain a good relationship, so we can live in good ways, happily. We can share kindness, we can share happiness every day. And the last one is the harmony with the nature and the environment. The environment here is close to nature, because the nature has its own law. So we have also to maintain the good relationship between human and also nature, because if we fight against nature, then the nature will give us another disaster more than we expect. So we can live in harmony. Do not removing or forest. So we have to maintain a good relationship also with the environment. So these three things, we have to maintain it properly and in good manner, with God, with human, with environment. So we in Balinese philosophy, that's called as Trihita Karana. We believe in that philosophy because by doing Trihita Karana, by implementing a good relationship among God, human, and also environment, we can manage our life in proper manner. So we can get the harmony, we can live in harmony, we can share the kindness, happiness every day to everyone, not only everyone, also with God and also with the environment. So that's the point, that's the key, how to live in harmony. Just, I think that's all about the short and detail about how to live in harmony according to my ways as Hinduism. So maybe you can learn something from it. Okay, I hope you in a good way. I hope you have a good relationship among humans and also your God and also environment. I think that's all for my speech. Thank you very much for your nice attention and good evening.
When I was in middle school, people said, look at your weight, you have to diet. Now people say, aren't you eating? You're so skinny. See, our society is scary. We will never be perfect if we follow the talks of others. They never run out of loopholes to find our flaws. I'm Istiulandari, and now I will talk about beauty standards in Indonesia. Growing up in Indonesia and being exposed to social media, television, commercials, clothing stores, and beauty products, I come to realize what beauty means in the eyes of Indonesian viewers. Beautiful women are white, with pointed nose, tall, slim, and straight hair. Then, what about those who do not meet that standard? Are they ugly? Amongst women in Indonesia, fairer skin is more desirable in comparison to darker skin. Unfortunately, many of those women doesn't know that their darker skin is scientifically beneficial for living in tropical countries such as Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you have experienced or seen other people bullied because of their face, body shape, or skin color, whether it's on social media or in real life. The question is, are you silent? Are we always going to be silent and let this continue to happen? Our society is too obsessed with beauty, and this is a fact. The industry is competing to create beauty products. They create whitening products, while skin color is not just white. I used to have someone telling me to get my skin lighter when it got darker, telling me I was too skinny. Or when I look chubby, they telling me I must have diet when I ate more to make myself less skinny. I got sick of it. My body type is not perfect or something even close to that meaning as well. I've spent many years blaming myself, but then I realized I have what I have and I can do nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, society has set a beauty standard with the help of the media and celebrities that makes people question their looks. If society thinks you are pretty, that's the only value you've got. If society doesn't think you are pretty, you are worthless. Aren't we tired? The world is getting scarier every day. Why should we strive for beauty? Why should we adjust the way we look to impress others? The world needs change. Let's throw the beauty standard away. All men and women are created beautifully, and no one has the right to decide which is good and which is bad. Just because you don't fit society's beauty standard doesn't mean you aren't beautiful. Like Khalil Gibran said, beauty is not in the face, beauty is light in the heart. So let's kick society's beauty standard out the door and bring a new world with new harmony. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, friends. My name is Ubay. Today I want to talk about environment. Save your paper, save your water, save your gas, save your plastic. Load them in a bin. We can help to save the earth if we all pitch in. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum.